Good afternoon, everybody. This is Carpus once again bringing you another wonderful Napoleon Total War video. This one was a quick game I had with a friend. Straight away, I'm going to tell you now, I forgot to bring skirmish units. Anyway, don't worry about that. I forgot to bring skirmish units, so I was like, oh yeah, skirmishers. As soon as I saw it was Volta Gears and all here. There's a quick 1v1 on the Italian GrassLand, I believe this map is. As I was saying, not managed to fit in a video in a week or two. I do have a Dota video, like a quick little aggressive trial lane thing that I need to upload, but I wanted to get a few more Total War up before I were to upload that, because my channel is, and always will be, dominantly Total War. Sorry if I sound a little bit nasally. Of course, I have a cold. It is that wonderful time of year where everyone seems to be doing it. And we're just going to jump in straight into the game here, as you can clearly see. Right away, I kind of rushed my guys straight into the middle here, getting this higher ground. Looking back at it now, actually, it would have been kind of nice to get on the right hand side here. Just had a bit of extra control. Maybe could have came around here just a little bit, but the battle does turn out into quite my favour. I only run into it here quickly. Most of my pre-save setups don't include cavalry, and I don't think I actually have a single pre-made setup as Britain. So I just kind of thought, just click all this, click all this, click all this. The rules were only one artillery, and there are no limit to light infantry, so I don't know how I forgot to get light infantry. But as you can see, I'm ready to set up here. He's got some guys in the building straight away. It's kind of one of the choices. Try to hit their artillery, as I can clearly see, and as you can clearly see, his artillery is fully ranked to crap. But the chance to get rid of some of the Chesters straight away would be nice. But I saw that you were setting up here, so I only did literally do one. Only literally, like I needed to describe it to, but I only did shoot one round at them, and obviously you can see them coming through little gaps here. They're like, nah, we're out of here, sort of thing. And actually, I did kill 21 there, so I did get a bit off. So as you see now, I'm sort of dominantly aiming for the artillery, because that sort of rank, I want to get that out of the way as quick as possible. Especially with my cavalry, so I need to be careful with cavalry. I got this cavalry here, I just hid in the trees for the fact that if I had them up near here, obviously like I did, going to be aiming for a general, of course, going to be behind the walls, a little bit more safe and sound there. I was going to run you through my alright, so I've got two of these King German Light Dragoons. I have a lot of the Highland Foot, mainly because of their extra morale. They do have a little bit extra melee attack compared to normal foot, and I believe one less extra melee defense, but one extra morale, one extra melee attack is worth the extra 10 gold pieces or whatever they did cost this. And also did get the elite infantry of the foot guards here. Sort of unneeded as Britain, I find. The standard infantry in Britain just tends to hold out as much as possible. So looking back at it now, I probably would have got rid of these. I would have got two of the King German Lightfoot, and I probably would have got sure, don't know. I would have probably, yeah, and two rifles. So I had that balance of like range harassment to pick him off, and I've got the bulk of my light infantry. They can do the mass fire, because the King German are the same skill set as the Prussian light infantry. The Prussian is just the second best in the game. But good thing about Prussia compared to Britain, you're only limited to two. The best ones, like I said numerous times before, is the Portuguese ones. Funny enough. As I can see here, he's moved these guys out of the house, got them set up here. I have my cavalry right there, so it's going to be an easy charge. But it's one of those things like, the artillery, it being so highly ranked up, is one of those things that I'm going to want to take out first. I don't know if it's worth me to try to muscle in down here and try and do that. I do try and do that later, and you'll see how wonderful that goes for me. I do believe that's somewhat quick. I don't have a lot of men coming over to the right hand side. I probably should have a lot more than I did. You can't see it now, but in this trees he has a few parting wonders for me. It being France, you already know it's ready, old guard. And of course he's got Fusiliers. I didn't believe he saw some Swiss a minute ago. There you go, he's got some Swiss, but I think his men bulkily in the trees, fair enough, it makes me not be able to see them. And it's going to give them some cover from my artillery, despite my artillery not really aiming at them. And I know he's going to have men here, because he's not going to have a random line here. Big gap, a few men there, especially when I got all of mine bulked right in front of him. He's not going to leave that open, so I knew he had these men here. I'm not stupid, as it were. He did also set up some of his Chausseurs in here. Personally, I'll never put light infantry in buildings, unless like a scenario pops up for me to do so. Like it's one of those situational things, which like, I may or may not. My cavalry's going to charge now. I'll probably get back to talk about that in a second. But here, as you can see, I just try and charge up now. It's one of those things like I'm just going to aim for their cannons. These guys will fire off at me. I am kind of hoping because they are Chasseurs, they don't have as much accuracy as the Voltigeurs and stuff, but my saving grace really this is because I read the tree lines. Only one died from the entire volley. I don't, a couple more shots got off, yeah. Only one died from the volley. He knows, he knows that this is happening now, so I switched by obviously my cannon fire to target some of his cavalry over here because it tends to do quite well. Oh, I do decide to turn around and hit into the Chasseurs here. Seems wise considering he's put it back as artillery and I had to march through the Swiss foot to deal with that. But I don't know. I'll do a little peck and pull out the top. There we go, look at that big boom. You see some of the old guard. Here's where it's one of those things that sort of frustrate me because as you can see about 90% of my guys made it past the Swiss foot. I told them to attack the horse artillery, but they all decided to turn around and hit it to the Swiss foot. He also managed to get his Swiss foot here, of course, up to the square formation. Probably would have done this a little bit sooner if I was him, found out that the cavalry was in right there and his artillery was weak. I would have pulled this Swiss foot just along a little bit just to try and get that ready, or ready pre-main them into square. But this little sacrifice here for my cavalry, which I am desperately just trying to make them hit the feckin' artillery, you know. But that's one of those things. Yeah, they've broken down. So I've already lost one cavalry down. He's got his Chasseurs back into the building. I'm not too sure why, because we wanted volley to get down to 60% health or 40% health remaining. But doing this allowed me to set up a little bit here. I got my offensibles here just in the front. There you go, this shot comes in. And I'm bringing up one set of Highland foot? Yeah, Highland foot and two sets of foot guards. Just to try and contest this area here. Just a little bit. I do believe I'll bring up the odd one just to come along this side here. So also you have to be careful with the old guard. And if he starts moving them up, obviously the defensibles aren't going to have a fucking chance, but pardon for surprise, I don't know why. But they are hidden, so they get the first volley off. This guy doesn't. Oh no, he's gone down. He got the medium stealth. But of course, this building here got completely flattened. I think only two guys actually made it out alive. But actually, they just legged it from that. There you go. One of the guys were over here for some reason. But yeah. But up here on the left hand side now is where I'm doing most of my plays. Kind of course got my artillery facing down their artillery again, because that's going to be something that I have to be careful of. He's actually down one artillery. Actually, I didn't realise I did take out his artillery. I do remember him going like, oh no, over TeamSpeak, but it's one of those things. Here, I am slightly cautious about the tree line. Obviously, he does have a lot of troops there, but I do have quite a lot of extra firepower compared to him. My guys are a lot stronger than his. Obviously, because he's got the extra 25 range now being in the house, they are effectively skirmish units, so they are picking off one or two of my Highland foot. But this is where I believe having the Chasseurs or Lightfoot isn't a good idea to pit buildings, because all that's going to happen is I'm going to pull out the way of the main fire here. I could charge, I could take this easily unless he reinforces like quickly. If he's quick with the ball, he can come and try to stop that. But and also, if you had the Chasseurs out, you would have had all of their extra firepower firing at once, and have done a lot more damage to my men here. Especially since I have no harassment, I have no ranged units, I have like I said, no live skirmishers. It's to be one of those things where it would have given me a lot of casualties if I decided not to. I don't know why. I kind of didn't get on the ball here, but they did fire shot off. Just like, hey, right at this square bit here. They could try and get one through this little hatch here, but in this era, that ain't gonna happen with your guns. So of course here I'm just gonna storm in there and take that. No reaction yet from his Fusiliers. But as soon as that's taken care of, also I can march up these 3 units. Have the guys at the house who could probably hopefully do a bit of damage there. I set my foot guards outside of my Highland foot because they are of course the elite infantry, and if he did decide to send in his Fusiliers, I'd had a bit of extra better melee capability to deal with that. What you should be doing though actually, however, is not turning and shooting, it's engaging into melee here. Because all the AI is telling these guys to do is fit into this one really small archway. So when you charge this bulk here, it's going to do a lot of damage. So bringing up guys here just for a bit extra, you know, these guys are going to hopefully take out these guys, so I don't have to worry too much about that. Something for covering fire. Of course it goes brilliantly to plan, and they sort of aim more for the house, if I recall correctly. There we go. Exactly what I was like, no, just click attack. That's one thing I really hate about the AI mapping and all this. It's that entire segment. But I did get the little shot off before he gets the shot off. And this is minor foot guys. I'll be doing a lot more rate of fire bombarding them here. And you can see he's now beginning to put with his old guard, so I need to sort of take advantage of what I have. And what I have is higher ground and a bit of forest. He technically has a bit of forest as well, but my range is 80, so it's pretty common just about here actually outside the forest, not very good indeed. What I could have done is pulled forward a little bit, so when I shot, they would have been out the tree line. It would have helped me out just a little bit here. They do pull all of their cavalry, well, he does pull all of his cavalry over here to our left hand side. Not 100% sure why. At first I thought he noticed that me being a bit of a sneaky little bugger, and I thought I was going to get a little bit screwed over there for that. Here's something that sort of I didn't realise for a minute, is more of our wonderful mapping here. I was like, alright, go over here to screw it line. Initially I thought they were going to do this, because that would make more sense to go, hey, and get shot at the same time, so I was like, oh for fuck's sake. I didn't even realise that these guys can't do the whole single file thing, so here I could have micromanaged that a lot better. Like, this was awful. I lost actually a lot of men for no real reason here. I do believe he has oh no, the carbon errors, but yeah, if they fire off around as well, it's going to do a bit of damage for me. Didn't know that also me being a sneaky bugger did pay off in the end, so really don't have to worry about his artillery. I do believe I still have all 4. Yeah, I do have all 4. I have lost a few men in it though, but end of the day, man, that is what I was wanting in all of that. So that's going to hopefully take down all of that. He's only got 3 men left. It's enough to operate 1 cannon if I were to let them live, but I don't think I'll let them live. Over there, as you can see, I saw these and just like, I have to correct you.
We've taken a building, sir.
Oh, I hear charging. I think in the square formation actually. Oh, I did click square formation, but it was way too late, and my guys did manage to hit onto the bed. However, the artillery comes in and does do a little blow. I did not notice that last time. Putting my foot guards out the building now, the house is, there's no point for them being there. It's going to limit my capabilities in combat. Kind of foot here against the Fusiliers, or technically 2 lines of Fusiliers. What I kind of should be doing is putting up these guys here just a little bit sooner, because as you can see, he's pulled his men around here, his Swiss foot, to target my the rest of my cavalry, since I'm now aiming down for the general. Not really too sure what I got fully planned for this. I don't know if he's putting these Swiss foot around as well. No, I didn't bother doing that. Just correcting this one line here, so not too bad. I'm now sort of getting my men on a bit of angle, pushing them forward a little bit, so that's going to hopefully push them back better than expected. Oh, to be fair, I didn't actually remember that Swiss foot being there, so that's going to be an extra round off onto me. Probably something that I should have picked up on while it was happening. Like, okay, instantly pull back, reform your lines along here, you know. I have enough firepower here to break here, so it'll take a while. That is something that I shouldn't really do. I believe that is my foot guards. Yeah, they got hit by all the cavalry. Doesn't matter too much with my artillery and all of my extra foot guards here. We are going to break this eventually, I do hope. Oh, that's what I did. I charged my cavalry into the back of these Swiss foot here to counter the fact that they have extra guns without me realising it. Over here, however, the old guard started to push up just a little bit. They caught into my fence walls. My fence walls are kind of being shot in the ass as well by the Highland foot, so I'm going to be careful with that. Was going to pull these foot guards up here to shoot down on there, but because I was just bringing up his old guard. Oh, pardon me. Because he's putting up his old guard, I thought, no, I'm going to have to pull them back. I want to be careful as well, because I don't want to set a volley. Holy shit! Okay, I didn't actually realise that happened at all. I'm going to click on my general doing that. I was like, why can't I rally? Did he die? Fair enough. I was like, what? When that came up in red then, I was like... But as I was saying, I don't really want to get my volley shooting off when they're down, like in this segment here, because if I just do this, it's going to be hard to see it, and all of my bullets is going to fall into the ground. He is coming in for a charge though. If I knew that was happening, I might have put them into square formation just so they have that bit extra resistance into melee in terms of morale. But the extra shot off did happen quite well. Okay, I'm just going to pull the back here to hope I can get an extra line up of fire. Bringing up my other set of Highland foot here. 2 sets of old guard I sort of do have to worry about. I don't know who that is, that'd be these guys over here. Highland foot over here. The fighting here was a bit too much. As you see, I'm starting to pull these guys back. Stupid that I didn't do this a lot sooner, because if I did this sooner, their guys are in the trees, they got very good reload rates, they have the Swiss foot. But it's one of his now, I got my foot guards here, so I can do a bit of side harassment. Didn't see these Swiss foot here though until it was a little bit too late. Trying to get my Highland foot to deal with them, but coming down here would have made them in range of these two. Could have done that, had to bring them to the high ground to counter it. Up here the melee has happened. Gotta be careful with my foot guards. Bringing up my Highland foot here just to shoot the back of the old guard. I don't want to engage into the melee full on with old guard, especially since they are morale breaking. So the last thing I want is my right hand side to break, especially after the casualties I took on the left hand side. So here I'm sort of trying to angle it now, so I'm doing more damage than I'm trying to do my maximum output damage. A little bit messy that I still got these guys on here. They probably did take a few casualties to friendly fire, but one of those things that I, looking back at it now, hindsight is a blessing. I don't know if my friend I was playing with here, there you go, broke the old guard as well, wonderful. And I was saying, I don't know if my friend here was a little bit distracted onto the section that I was looking at, but as you can see here, my Highland foot managed to break these guys here with no confrontation, with no effort, so I literally got several free kills there without any exchange of fire, so that was really good for us. Well, for me, I should say. So I'm going to pull up here, putting up way too close here. I do believe I see it correct this. There we go. Also now I'm going to start bringing up these two men here. I still have my general here. And of course I still got this Highland foot here and this Highland foot here. I only do a little bit of exchange of fire here, it's not going to be too much, but I'm glad this is happening here opposed to these guys fighting down here. Did rearrange my lines here a little bit. I thought I'd try to utilise this a little bit more. Try to use the high ground to the best of my advantage to do even more damage again onto the old guard. Pretty winded bit here if I was him on. I don't know what I would have done. I don't know. It's going to sound horrible if I said I don't know if I'll allow myself in this position to start off with, but there are things that he could have done to sort of prevent this. Oh, I remember this. I was like, what are you doing? I was like, pulling back. I'm like, honestly, pulling right back. Of course, they're in the retreat. I get several free pop shots off at these guys. And I am just sort of hounding these guys up. Probably could have picked these a little bit better. Probably if I go back at that, aim them like going across this way, face it up. Because something get here, these guys hopefully about here, and I'll have enough time to get about one shot off. If that depends on my guys need to reload or not, because they have to have it like, yes! Nope, you're reloading. It's like, for fuck's sake. So they're going to pull back a little bit here. I am feeling incredibly blocked up. Sorry. I'm not actually as bad as I sound, I think. I mean, my cough is the worst, but it's one of those, isn't it? Could do with a drink as well. Oh, I hear charging. Oh, yes! I used my general just to take rid of these Swiss foot here, because I thought I got no cavalry, they're pulling back. No morale, lower men. General, go. That's when I believe I realised that I found out he was dead, because I went to inspire him just in case like these guys here and tried to go nope and try to get a pop shot off. Probably something actually what I would have done is put these guys in square formation to return this attack and then carry the moving, because I'm quite far back here. I wouldn't have done much. So I'm going to fast forward a little bit now, because just chasing down someone who's backing up like this is a bit foolhardy. Actually, what I will do quickly is probably nah, well, it's too bad. I don't know why these guys have such low morale. I believe this is the setup. I don't think this is the setup I am thinking of. We'll get there eventually. Not too sure why I'm putting my men only here. I think I'm just getting the arc up first and then seeing what he does. Pardon me. But, oh, pardon me again. What I should be doing is limiting him off even more so again. Oh, this is here. I had that wonderful thing where your cannons don't fire. If they do that, nothing happens. But my saving grace, this guy. Nothing happened. Why did nothing happen? I'll tell you why. Because every shot they did got caught up in this bloody tree. It was just like, really? So I didn't notice that for ages, to be fair. I heard the cannon fire now and then. I thought it's doing its job. I'm just going to do what I need to do, sort of thing. So it's going to fast forward a little bit more now. Again, it's just that moment where it's like, oh, okay. This is his little position, so he is still quite spread out.
Victory, sir, is soon to be yours.
Wonderful, thank you. He is quite spread out, but I still do have a full set of Highland foot here and a full set of Highland foot there. So looking back at it, well, during the game, I should have reinforced my left-hand side. What I should have done is put those guys on the right-hand side, so I'd be able to attack the old guard a little bit more confidently there. Still got it fast forward. Just nothing's happening. I am literally just positioning my men, so it's sort of one of those. We'll speed up. Of course, this is where I realised what my artillery was doing. So I'm like, okay, let's unpack them again, turn them around, put them on canister shells, I believe they're called. But of course, we're out of range. I was like, okay, I'll reach it. Where the hell are you going, man? Are they not going to shoot him? Oh. Oh, wonderful. What the hell? Oh shit, man. Oh no, he is just fucking pissed. Okay. Fair enough. And that was his life. Valiant, brave, stupid. But as I was saying, it would have been better to send the other reinforcement over to the right hand side. But looking back at it, he does have more firepower in terms of firepower. He has his 4 units here, opposed to his 2. So consider I got 5 units here. It's one of those like, we might as well do what we might as well do sort of thing. Foot guards, I believe, at this point have run out of ammo. That's why I'm not utilising them really in this little core bit here. But it's only 6 line men, so of course, me dominantly being a bit of a I don't even know how to describe it. I'm going to avoid that sentence and just say I don't much care for my virtual guys' lives if it means victory. Speed her up just a little bit more. We're getting closer. Oh, come on. I move like okay. This is where I move up my guys again. Okay, canister shot. You were canister shot stopped. Oh, that's such a hard word to say. Here. I'm not like, really. But of course, as I was mentioning a minute ago about the disregard of my virtual men's lives, in you go, boys. Because all this is doing is securing these guys to advance a little bit. Granted, they didn't get the melee charge off. That is truly what I desired from that. Shot the old one as well as they fell back. But now combat has started between our great nations. Not too sure why these guys are firing. Looking at it now, again, there was a slight angle guessing their arcs here. Their arcs is just there, so need to move up. There we go. I thought to move up these guys just a little bit more, because obviously these guys are firing against these guys. They're not going to really be contested like that. So march them up and watch it all fly. Oh, he's starting on a little bit. We'll give the old guard credit though. They are a very good unit. There you go. This is when it was a bit risky, so I was moving up these guys because they shot a few. I was like, are they going to fire back? I don't know if they just did a big barrage instead, but of course they did it until it was a little bit too late. Obviously, if we break this side now, these guys could go bloop and a fight on these guys. So on the right hand side is now we're just pretty much shooting fish in the barrel, but tally the fish up on us, so we're going to get a little bit of snapback. So one of those moments, I can bring up my general as well, just in case, for that extra little bit of support. Sorry, mate, calm down. There you go. He's pulling back his men again. We're not too sure why. The right hand side is completely been battered. So now we're just going to sort of push up. I'm going to turn off that for now. It's one of those things that we don't really need it on. I remember this. Yep. You come straight in for the charge. And the bad thing when you go for a massive charge against one guy is you have a lot of other guys. There's a lot of other guys have a lot of other bullets. So it's just now turning into shooting fish in a barrel.
Our men are running, sir.
Isn't it so hard to get a nice little shot here? I like how I massively misclicked as well and completely ruined that shot, but there we go. Another wonderful victory for my glorious nation. I don't mean that in a imperialistic British way. I've been Carpus. I hope you enjoyed.